Hello, guys. How are you doing? Are we live? We are live. I wasn't too sure. I'm just waiting for Pete to join in. Hang on 1 second. Where's Pete? Where's Pete? Hang on. Hello, everybody. We're live here from Pontoutini, Thailand, and everything's going swimmingly. Absolutely swimming. Oh, there's Pete. There's Pete. Hang on. There we are. Hello, Pete. How are you getting on? Can you hear me? Hello, Pete. Hello, Peter. Can you hear me? Hello. Are we there? Peter, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can't see you though.
Okay, 1 second. I don't know what's going on because I'm not too used to this kind of guest thing here. We got 9 people in the house already, but I'm just making sure. Hang on. I'm just looking at.
Terrible, Dave. I can see you now.
You can see me now. Okay. There's just going.
Something wrong with your mic?
Hang on 1 sec. I'll just go into the mic settings. Hang on 1 second. So mic settings. Here we are. So mic volume. Hang on a sec. So I'm using this thing. It's an old microphone I have up here. The one I have down in Bangkok, is a regular thing. But this, you can't hear it so well, no?
I can hear noise, but I can't understand what you're saying. It's really bad.
Oh, okay. 1 second. 1 second. Let's sort this out. Hang on. So, edit mic. Is that any better?
Yeah, you're perfect now.
Perfect now. Okay.
Were you on the wrong mic? Were you? Or
no, I just there was a box to tick there about edit, background noise or something. So that's the way it was.
No, it's fine,
so
it's fine now. Like last week. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live now. So how are things with you?
Yeah, good. Looking forward to the rainy season, believe it or not. It's just so damn hot down here now, really hot.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so here today, I'm up in Pontoutini. We got to 38 degrees. Every time I went out, she asked me to hang out the washing. 5 minutes hanging out the washing. I had to come back in, lie down on the bed with the fan.
I know. I've been a bit
is that bad?
putting the air conditioning on sometimes in the day.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, well, I've been doing the same. I wouldn't tell her. But she reckons she pays for the air conditioning, but I give her the money to pay for it. So that's the way it is. I'm trying to get the comments in here. We've got fellas commenting left, right, and center, but I just have to get now.
Can I just reply to one? Can I just reply to one comment there from Anton? I've noticed he says no alcohol sales 2 p.m. till 5 p.m. doesn't sound so happy. That's out the window now, Anton. That's gone. That law's gone. You can pretty much buy alcohol all the time now, right, Dave?
Say again.
Remember the law where you couldn't buy alcohol between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m.?
Yes.
Now, hasn't it?
It's gone now. So it's more or less 11 a.m. to midnight.
Right.
Midnight. Right. Yeah, right. That's the thing. But while I'm talking to you, I just want to get the comments up on the
so click on any of the comments.
Aha. Oh, I got it. We got it now. We got it now. Okay. That's it. So Dave, you sound okay. Thanks very much. Racer, that's good to hear. Fair play to you. So, but basically, yeah, the alcohol thing is a big improvement. I always say this about back home in the UK and Ireland. What's the point? What's the point of, regulating the, buying, gargle or buying drink in a convenience store when you can buy it in the fucking pub? You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense at all. But how have you been down there?
Yeah, I'm okay. Just on that drinking thing, I think it was a bit silly in some ways because, tourists would go out for the day on some tour group and they always come back about 4 p.m., right? And then they'd come back and there's always a 7-Eleven nearby and they're thinking, I'll grab a couple of beers to stick in my fridge. And then you're told, no, you can't. We can't sell it till 5 p.m. And it was always so frustrating. You had to go up to your room and you couldn't really shower or anything, come back down and get the beers at 5 o'clock.
Yes, absolutely. I used to pace myself, but then I got smart. I started drinking the gin. Right. I just had today, for example, I heard that they're restricting alcohol sales in places like Khao Road, Soi 4, in Sukhumvit and Salum during Sonkran. Did you hear that? That was on Integrity Legal.
No, I haven't heard about that. And it's a national holiday, isn't it? It's a very big celebration. So I'd be surprised if they actually would do that.
Yeah, well, this is what I heard from I was going to say Thailand Bell. This is what I heard from Integrity Legal, that they had put forward, or they actually said they would do it, that alcohol sales would be restricted in the tourist areas during Songkran. I think it's a complete ban, but the water spraying is a ban, and the alcohol sales are, you can only drink till 10 p.m. But obviously I don't think they've done that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Dave, I kind of hibernate during Songkran. I really don't like it. When I was younger, when I was like in my 30s here, I'd go down to Pat Pong in the afternoon and get one of those electric water pistols. I had a great time, but I was 66 this week, and I don't find it fun anymore. It's kind of old hat now. So I tend to just, luckily down here in Hua Hin, it's only one day. I mean, they say 2 days, but it's going to be tomorrow full on. And then Monday, it kind of a little bit in the afternoon, and that's it really.
Well, I'm in the same camp as you. I'm making a video at the moment about why I don't like Songkran, and I intend to put it up tomorrow. And I just mentioned to you that I think we're in the same camp. That's exactly what I said. Yeah. I mean, I came up here today, and we're on Klong Lawang, like the Klong is the canal, but there's a family home, or a large kind of, I don't know, a big house. And they have all this loud music with the large speakers and the hoses spraying them. And they've been doing it. We came up here last night, they were at it. I went down there today to shoot part of the video. I couldn't do it because of the music. So I had to drive up halfway up the road and do it. And I said, why would I sit in 38 degrees heat drinking Hong fucking Tong, with Est Cola and Ice and Leo, sweating like a pig, listening to that music? It just drives me crazy.
I know. I just laughing at Cold Hard Toronto. He said, Peter looks drunk. I haven't had a drink yesterday.
Well, okay, you can aim that comment at me, lads, because I'm half pissed. I've been on the sauce for about an hour, before this.
I can't do it in the daytime. It just gives me a headache.
Well, you see, I'd be the same. I'm not into drinking during the day, like till the sun is over the yard arm. But when I come up here, it's so desolate up here. Well, not so desolate, but there's nothing to do. There's only the street dogs and all the rest of it. I can't survive here without having a beer. I just can't survive here without having a beer. So I just want to say this is Anton Cardigan. Google says new 2026 Sonkran rules include no alcohol sales between 2 p.m. and that's what it is. Doesn't matter. Songkran. I'm here in the US. Yeah, it's only for Sonkran. But I mentioned. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the rule that they've had for years, where they couldn't sell alcohol between 2 and 5. That's all out the window now. You can buy alcohol, but it looks like they've just made this special rule again just for Songkran. Stop people going crazy, I guess.
Yeah, but you see, can I ask you this question, because we discussed this privately before. I mean, I don't like Sonkran. I don't like the water business. I just don't like it. What about you? How do you feel about it?
The thing is, people will come on afterwards and leave comments and say you're both a pair of grumpy old men. It's all about a celebration and fun and everything. But like me, you've been here for a lot of years, and it just wears off, doesn't it? It's like when you're younger and it's new and people come here especially for Songkran. It's great fun. I mean, I had some fantastic Songkran festivals, but now, I'm at the age now where I just can't deal with it. I don't want to. Yeah. The worst thing is getting wet, and then you want to go into a mall and the air conditioning's on and you start freezing. Yeah. You just about get dry by the time you come out and you get soaked again. So no, I really don't like it anymore, but I don't put it down. I don't say people who do it, it's a problem. I think if they want to come and have a good time with Songkran and do the water festival and everything, fair play to them, enjoy it, but it's just not for me.
Yeah, exactly the same. When I first came here, it was a novelty. The first time, I remember distinctly, I was in her mother's house. Like, we're going there. We're going to her mother's house on Monday morning. We're coming back to Bangkok tomorrow night, and we're in her mother's house. But the problem is, they start at 7 a.m. They start at, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. And her brothers, she's 5 brothers, and they'll all be sitting there drinking Hong Tong with the Escola and the Leo in the big blue freezer box thing, and they'll all be pissed by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that's, it's a horrible feeling in that kind of heat to be drunk or dehydrated. Anyway, I want to keep abreast of the comments here. Happy birthday. Oh, happy birthday. I didn't know it was your birthday, is it?
It was my birthday on Wednesday, just gone.
Oh, happy birthday to you. Okay. I must say, you're looking very well. You're looking very well for it.
Put a bit of weight
Yeah,
on. I'm going back on the injections on Monday. I have put a few kilos on. You, I can see it in my face. I hate it. You know, I joined a gym and then I stopped going, and I get sidetracked very easy.
But I just say this much: I lost 30 kilos during COVID, but I looked gaunt. And I looked. I just didn't look well. But I think
You know, leave your wallet on the table.
there's not much of my wallet. There never fucking is.
Okay.
But pardon my French. I'll have to curtail that. But basically, I just said that I put on a bit of weight, and fellas criticize me all the time because of the belly. But I find that if I have a bit of fullness in the face, it helps you at this age. Yeah. That's you know. I mean, you look well on it. You know, I met a. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say the only positive thing about being overweight at my age is I'm about 107 kilos now, and I got down to 97 kilos 2 years ago. And what happens is you actually look a lot older when you lose the weight, because the wrinkles,
you do,
you know, you can see it on the neck and everything, and the wrinkles. When you go a bit plump like this, it kind of hides that, so you look a bit younger. Not younger, but not as old. Let's say it that way.
Yeah, less old. So less, but yeah, it doesn't do you any favors. That's what I'd say. It doesn't do you any favors, you know, in the face region. But obviously, it does you health-wise. Is probably the best thing. I had a vertigo attack on. This is what. Friday, Saturday. I had a vertigo attack. I think it was Tuesday morning. I was out for a walk around the condo and everything started going. And I made a video about it. And, you know, a lot of the guys were very supportive and they said, go and get yourself checked out. I haven't done, because I did the Epley maneuver, E-P-L-E-Y. I can't spell for nuts. But anyway, you put your head back on the bed and you move to one side. There's calcium crystals in your ear that get dislodged. Anyway, it's whatever. But because I put the video up, a lot of guys were saying you got to get yourself checked out. But I held off. I sorted myself out. I'm okay now. But a lot of fellas are saying the drink, give up the drink, give up the gargle. But I find living in Thailand, one of the things that keeps me sane is having a drink. I mean, I can't, because culturally, you're down in Hoi Hin. And I know you're not exactly in Hoi Hin, you're out in the sticks. I'm out in the sticks here.
I'm in a Thai village.
Yeah, you're the same as me. I'm in a village. And it's very hard. Yeah, sorry.
No, there's a bit of a delay. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. I'm in Hua Hin, but I'm eight miles away from the actual middle of Hua Hin. I'm in a village. It's actually a Thai village, but it's very close to town. It's no different to me in the UK driving to town from where I used to live. You know, it's just... obviously we got a better deal with the house because we're out of town a little bit.
But do you find it like I come up here and I can't come up here without the knowledge that I have a bottle of gin in the boot of the car? That's the way not that I'm addicted to it, but it you know, there's nothing here. Only street dogs, and her family don't speak English, and I find myself a lot more isolated here than I would be in Bangkok. Put it that way.
Don't they have a 7-Eleven or a mum and pop shop near you or anything?
There are many. There's up in the village. There's 2 7-Elevens. If I was to frequent that area, you know, I'd be grand. I'd be okay. But because this is very family orientated, she's in the main room there with Harry. It's very family orientated here. I know that. I told him. I said it to him. I said, "Don't come near the stream tonight." He said, "Why?"
I think you held out very well on that last stream.
Yeah, it was a battle. I said, "Don't come near the stream tonight." He said, "Why?" Because he has his own YouTube channel. He's big into YouTube. And I said, because it's nighttime and it's only for grown-ups. But I want to keep up the comments here. And didn't the Boomtown Rats have a hit with Don't Like Sonkran? That's perfectly said. Perfectly said. Yeah. On my fourth large Leo here in... Can you pronounce that? I can't pronounce that. Well done. Well, fair play to you, wherever you are. Fair play. But Est Cola is a good choice, better than the imperialistic Coke and Pepsi. Well, each man to his own. That's all and this is Paul G. Eats. I'll tell you, Pete, Paul G. Eats. You know him. You do. He comes
into my stream, yeah, Paul does.
Okay. I think Paul is very underrated. You know, he does his best. He does a lot. He does a lot. He goes to far-flung places in Bangkok that I don't even know about, and he gives food reviews. But I don't think he gets the recognition he deserves.
No.
You know,
Maybe I'll
I
bring
think
him on the channel as a guest one week.
Yeah, and I'd say this to you, Paul. If you're interested for a future live stream, if you want to come in, you're more than welcome. You can send me an email, 5timeslucky@gmail.com. 5timeslucky@gmail.com. And we have, who is this guy? This is Race Car spelled backwards. That's a lovely handle. If we were talking grumpy old man conversations in Sydney, Australia, I presume that is, where I am, it's the kids on e-bikes bombing around, shouting and moving in groups that are my bugbear. Blah humbug. Well, can I ask you, Pete, grumpy old men, this is with Tim and the other guy. What do you think of those guys?
Well, I actually interviewed Tim about 18 months ago, and he's easygoing. I don't know the other guy. He left a comment on one of my videos one day. I made a video called it was something like dating a freelancer. That was a title, and he left a comment saying freelancers aren't dates or something. I don't know what it was, but I found Tim very, very easygoing. Just before I go on, can I just say thank you to everybody who's wished me a happy birthday out there, because I haven't got control of this, and you got it this week. So Sarah Davis, thanks very much for that, and also Jan, I think. Who else we got? Turgy Johnson, thank you. I think Paul G Eats as well. Nice boy. Just go back really, really quickly, get these all done and dusted. I think that's it. If I've missed anybody, thanks very much for your best wishes. I'm a young 66 now, so.
Well, you're looking well in it. I want to give you, well, Jesus Christ, well, I give you a bit of support. I met a friend of mine who is younger than me during the week. Like you, I got lots of subscribers who want to go meet for a beer. I had a beer with a guy who was younger than me, but looked a lot older. And I had a meeting with a good friend of mine, Johan, from the Netherlands, if you're watching. He's here for 2 months. He comes and goes. His daughter is Thai. He's 68, but he looks younger than the guy who was 58 that I was drinking with during the week. So you're in that camp. You're looking well in it. I hope to God I can survive. Basically, I hope I will survive to your age.
How old are you now?
And I'm 62 in November. You know,
you can do, what I do twice a year, I go for blood work. So they'll take my, I have to fast the night before. I don't eat. I go in the morning. They take a blood, a syringe of blood, and they run it through all the lab report, and you get it back, and they'll tell you how your kidneys are doing, how your liver doing, triglycerides, everything, and you can look at that, and you can see if anything's starting to go bad or it's looking. I've had a full checkup every 6 months, and so far so good. Touch wood, I haven't had any problems.
Fair play. There's a lot of fellas that, yeah, but they're going to ask you about that. I mean, what's your kind of week like drink wise?
Well, I knocked it on the head a couple of weeks ago because I said on my channel I'm going to give up drinking, and I'm drinking again. But when I said I was going to give up drinking, I didn't mean forever. I just meant for a couple of weeks, let it clear out the system a little bit, which I did. And but my drinking, I mean, I don't drink in the day. That's always been something that I've held on to very tight for the last 30 years, because I've always been afraid of becoming a hardcore alcoholic where I'd wake up in the morning and I would need a drink. So even sitting around a pool on a Sunday afternoon with guys a few years ago, they'd be drinking beer. They're like, just have one. And I'm like, no, I'll have a Coke or a soft drink or something. And then what I enjoy is I like to have 1 or 2 changs at 6 p.m. at the end of my day. And then I'll knock it on the head. And then about 9:30, 10 o'clock, I might have a few glasses of whiskey, soda, and maybe one more beer, and that's it. But then I don't touch it again in the day. I pretty much do that every day.
Well, you're quite disciplined. I just want to say this: it's great to talk to you, because you're using idioms like "knock it on the head."
Yeah.
I live in Thailand. I mean, I always say this, the real Thailand, but I've been here all day, last night and all day today, not being able to speak a word of effing English apart from to Harry. But it's great to be able to talk to you, because we don't need any kind of translation. It's just normal banter, whatever. And I mean that. But
that's what I used to like about COVID. You know, during COVID, we couldn't go out and I didn't see anybody and it was kind of lonely. And I used to do these epic live streams in the UK on a Friday and Sunday night. One of them with Ed Sweeney lasted for 5 hours. You know?
God. Yeah.
You know, and people would say, well, how can you keep talking for 5 hours? But it was like, there was nothing else to do. You didn't see anybody. You didn't see any of your friends. So when you hooked up like me and you are hooking up now, it was just great to communicate, like you say.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a real, for me, it's a real release. It's a real release. You know, she doesn't speak any bloody English. Well, not anything that I coherent. It's
Really?
yeah. One of the problems I have, I want to ask you this as well, because you're in a relationship. Her English is kind of, she works at a bank. It's bank English. She knows certain vocabulary, let's say. But when she issues me an instruction, like, for example, she said, me your car key, where? Me your car key now. Where are my car keys? You know, she has no degree of, let's say, understandable English. Our relationship suffers as a result. I mean, that's... Definitely. Yeah, you agree? Yeah. This is one thing that guys I don't know if they realize it or not. Regardless of your relationship with your wife or Thai wife or whatever it would be, the communication thing will always be an issue. With me, it's amplified 100 fucking times. Pardon my French. We say what? She's calling me now. Hang on. What? I don't know what she's saying there. No, we're all right. What? Oh, there he is. Oh, Harry, go to mommy. Okay, it's okay. Don't worry. He's gone.
Still
okay,
so
the only folk that like it are those that are never experienced. Well, I suppose that's what we're talking about, Songkran. Hi, my Thai wives say that you have to bring your inner child to enjoy Sonkran. Harry, what? I can't talk now. Sorry. Yes, in the morning. Off you go. Okay, I'd say anything. So yeah, my inner child is released when I go to the Well Bar and drink gin. The Well Bar is the bar I frequent here in Wigwang. Grumpy old men. Well, I'd take that as a compliment. And this is Scott Green 3062. Hi, Scott from New Zealand. Would 13 million baht and pension 35,000 baht be enough I'll leave that to you, Pete. What do you think?
It's like how long's a piece of string, isn't it? We've covered
that's it. Yeah.
Again and again and again. It all depends on your lifestyle. You know, I mean, you can get by on a low budget, but most guys come out here because they want to have a good time and they end up spending more. But breaking it realistically, I don't know what you think, Dave, but if you live a normal life out here, what I mean by normal life is you don't go to go-go bars, you don't pay the ladies or anything like that. You just live a normal life, but you enjoy life in the sun. You have a family or whatever. I think you could probably get by on about 50,000 baht a month comfortably if you weren't going mad and you weren't living in Bangkok. What do you think?
I would say, yeah, easy. If you were on 50 grand, 50,000 a month without going to the go-go bars and all that shit, you've got a very comfortable life, extremely comfortable life. But you see, fellas don't, you've been to Pattaya, obviously you know Pattaya. I look at Pattaya and I see fellas sitting in the bars. I've been to Soy 4, 11 o'clock in the morning, fellas sitting in the bars. They say, how do they do it? Single, but then again, they're single. They're single men and they have to fill in their time. And this is the thing. How do you fill in your time as a single man living in Thailand?
Well, you have to find a hobby, don't you?
That's it. And at least you and I've got YouTube. If I didn't have YouTube, I would be at a loss.
Same.
Completely.
Same here.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wouldn't have come down to, if I didn't have YouTube, I wouldn't have come down to Hua Hin because it can get very, she's finishing work at the end of the month. She's at the hospital. She works in a hospital now, but it was a bad choice, because I'm on my own all day and now they wanted to do shifts until midnight. And I said, look, we didn't come down here for you to work yourself to the bone for 15,000 baht a month and me to be stuck in a Thai village on my own. So we've just decided to knock it on the head, for her to knock it on the head and get on with life and enjoy it down here.
Okay. Well, I envy you because she's knocking it on the head in December and we're coming up here full time in December, but he's still in school in Bangkok, a private school. Right. That was her decision. I'll say this. I'm not going to mention the school. I have a photo, if I can find it on my phone. I went to one of his school dues, concerts or whatever. They had a display of a map of the world, and they had the flags of different countries displayed on the flag or on the map. And they had Mexico and Singapore in Alaska, and they had Big Ben in South America. They hadn't a clue. I said it to two English teachers from Russia who were there, and I said, I didn't know Mexico was in Alaska, and they looked at it and they started changing the display. Right. But education wise, we have them in a private school. I think it's not worth a damn. No. But if she retires in December, take him out of that school, put him in a school up here. I don't know how we would do it. If we didn't have Harry, my relationship with her, I don't know how we would do it together. I don't think we would be together. But I'd say hats off to you. You've got a mature, understanding relationship with your girlfriend, so you can do it. But
we have to work at it. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, we're into our 4th year now. It wasn't like, she was a perfect girl and I was a perfect boyfriend. I mean, first year was hit and miss whether we'd stay together. She was so extremely jealous. I'll tell you a little story. This is one of many, but just to give you an example how jealous she was. I used to live in Sukhumvit, Soye, and it's surrounded by regular bars, right? I know. And we had an argument one day, and I don't like arguments, and I just said to her, look, stop now, or I'm going to go out and just have a drink. And she didn't stop, so I just went. I was dressed. I just went out, and I just went on a normal bar in Soye where I was sitting on. The bar where you can look out onto the road.
Yeah.
And there's a car parked over there. All of a sudden, at the corner of my eye, I see something white. So I don't turn my head. I just kind of look over there, and it's my girlfriend. She's wearing white shorts. She comes down the street, and she ducks down behind a car, and she's watching me in this bar over the bonnet like this.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ! Yeah,
I mean that's all out the window now. But just to give you an example, I had a friend whose girlfriend used to, when she came round to his apartment, she used to lift the cover of the shower, the drain, and she used to inspect it for hairs that another girl had been in the apartment. I mean, it's so old. Yeah, she's okay now. Mine's okay now.
But I will say this is cultural stuff. They can be very, very crazy. My one can go fly off the handle, for anything. I'll just catch up with these comments. Bob Smith, 2 years ago, ended up with a horrible case of bronchitis. Feck that, never again. I will entertain Sonkran. I've had bronchitis here. I used to smoke. You used to smoke as well, Pete. You did, yeah?
I was on 40 Marlboro a day for years. I gave up about 15 years ago.
And did you ever have bronchitis?
No, and I'll tell you what, I gave up because I went on to the vape and I had terrible lungs after that. It was I couldn't hardly breathe, and it was worse than cigarettes. So I gave that up as well.
But I'm like you. I was on Marlboro Red. I used to love. Back in the day, I mean, this is the way I still see it. I'd love to be able to smoke again, but I can't. Yeah. But back in the day, a Marlboro Red with a few pints. I mean, you couldn't ask for better. But that was then.
I used to use drum roll-ups. Remember the roll-ups?
Oh, the roll-ups. Yeah, Old Holborn and drum.
Well, yeah. Well, drum was the one I used, and it just tasted so much better than any other cigarette. But I'm like you. Sometimes I'll walk past someone and I'll get a whiff of it, and it just you had your first cigarettes when you were 15 or whatever,
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
I'm glad I knocked it on the head.
That reminds me of a joke, having a cigarette when you were 15. Now, this should be okay for YouTube. Tommy Tiernan, the Irish, he's a comedian. I don't know if you know him. But anyway, he was telling a joke that back in the day, he was smoking behind the bike sheds in the school, you see. And they were discussing the girls. They were discovering girls, And he says, he's telling the lads, he says, Jesus, lads, I was with Mary the other night, and she did this to me, and my Mickey went hard. And they said, what the fuck? And then this fella shouts from behind the bike sheds, my Mickey's hard now. And he said, hang on, you're not meant to be here, Father Mulcahy. Sorry, I don't know if that's allowed, but whatever. No, it's my own problem. Okay. But look, here we go. So Timmy Law, there you go, Timmy. And Timmy, you need a bit of meat in case you get a bad flu. Well, I tell you, I've had the flu here many a time. And I've had I don't think I've ever had COVID or like that, but I have enough meat on me, I suppose. Happy birthday, Peter. There you go, from Nice Boy 1985.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I can't
Okay.
see it.
Okay, it's up on the banner there. I don't understand this.
Oh, okay. I'm looking
I
at
got
the
it there.
comment.
Okay, and Paul G, you're looking well for 35 years old. 35? I wish. And son, I hate when they do this because like it's all in one word. It's like reading Thai. Son of Al, whatever the hell, 4075. Hello from Texas. Okay, the big one. I feel the same here about the 4th of July. When I was a kid, I enjoyed the fireworks. Now I'm older and it's just an annoyance. I can hear you. I can hear you. Happy birthday, Pete, from Jan. There's Jan. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Hello, Jan. I think Jan is in the Czech Republic. If I'm wrong, let me know. What is love? Well, I don't know. Bro, are you sure it wasn't a panic attack? This is the vertigo. I don't think it was, but I think I did panic a bit, and it didn't help any. Happy birthday, Peter. I had it Thursday. Yeah, you know him. Good stuff. And this is a very lovely girl, Sarah Davis. Happy birthday, Pete. Do you know Sarah?
No, I don't, but thank you anyway.
Okay, Sarah, good to have you along. Songkran last year was really a mess in Bangkok. I agree with you. Are you still celebrating the Songkran in Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai with all the fires and smoke in the air? I can't understand that. Why they do that, or why the government? I can't criticize, but you know that is a real problem up there. I mean, I've been. Have you been to that area?
Yeah, I mean, they burn. What it is, they burn the stubble. It's the cheapest way for them to clear the fields. But what some people don't understand is it's not just the north of Thailand; it's neighbouring countries. So even if the Thai government come down hard and said, you know, I mean, they are trying to encourage farmers not to burn the stubble, but it's not just here. You know, I mean, it's all the surrounding countries do the same. So it's a massive problem.
Yeah, so they can't control it. And this is from Ricardo 1401. I was reading how infections and illness levels spike after Songkran due to contaminated water use. Everything from eye and skin infections to diarrhea and vomiting, and even hepatitis. Jesus Christ Almighty! I've never heard of the hepatitis thing, and I've never even began. I never began even to think. But can I ask you? I mean, I'm with her family now on Monday, and I will recoil. I literally will recoil when I see them doing the ceremonial thing. You know, when they do it, you know, politely, they'll pour the water over. I just can't stand it. I mean, do you enter into it at all? I mean, or is it?
No, I mean, the thing is, there's only me and her. She's only got two sisters, and she's from Lopbury, so she doesn't have a huge family. She's got no kids or anything like that, so she'll be at work tomorrow. I'll be at home. I purposely won't go out tomorrow because I just can't deal with it. So I'll do some editing on a video, cook at home, and you know, once it's over, I'll start going out again. But no, I don't, not at all.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing talking to you and listening to other people. How many people just don't like it at all?
Yeah.
So we have what the fuck? Sorry, pardon my French. Where was I there? I don't know where I was. So I just got to go back. I've lost my place, but I'll find it again. Happy birthday, Pete. We had that, and we had. Oh, now I know where I am. Now I know where I am. Okay. The celebrating the Songkran. Yeah, there we are. So I was reading. Yeah, we had that. We had that. 1 second. So just enjoy life when your time comes. Yeah, I say that all the time. I mean, I never thought about mortality as much as I do now living in Thailand, because you feel so vulnerable. I'm vulnerable because of the visa and all the rest of it, but I don't want to be morbid, but I try, and I know a lot of people say this, I try just not to worry too much about tax. I'm not going to go into the tax. I pay tax. She's a banker. I had to go to the bank, SCB, the other day to get all my bank statements for the last year. 200 baht, it was no problem. But it's scary to see every single transaction on a piece of paper. And I'm hoping she does my tax return. I'm hoping she doesn't read the detail. She just looks at the figures. Let's say. But I'm not going to go into that. But tax is a big thing in Thailand. Happy birthday, 66. Go celebrate Songkran. There you go, Pete. Yeah.
Just
And this is
wake up.
Rick.
Sorry, a bit of a delay. I was going to say, when you get to 66, you wake up and you think, I'm still here another day, you know.
Absolutely, and you can still move around. My three favorite Thailand genre, I think, YouTubers. Fair play to you, Rick. Fair play to you. Okay, good to have you along.
Who's the number three, Rick?
I'd expect he's talking about Paul G. Eats because he's the only other
okay.
fellow I mentioned. It's the only fellow I mentioned. And Nice Boy, 1985. Dave, why are you uninsured? Because of high blood pressure. High blood pressure.
I'm the same.
Yeah, they won't do it. I got insured once. The doctor advised me to buy the home thing where you can test your blood pressure, and I was walking 5 kilometers a day. I wasn't drinking, and I did all the stuff I was supposed to do, and I got it down, and they gave me insurance. But now I can't get it down, and I have the machine, but I never look at it.
Alcohol has got a lot to do with it. It's the triglycerines in your blood. They're like little fatty lumps.
Yeah, but somebody said the other day on YouTube, alcohol is just sugar. It's basically it's just sugar, and I agree. But look, I know, we all know. I had a sister who died from not multiple sclerosis.
Cirrhosis.
No, it was the muscle disease. Oh my God Almighty!
Nothing to do with alcohol. No?
It was not. She never drank. She never smoked. She was very religious. She believed in God and all that.
Multiple sclerosis.
Sclerosis. That's it.
Right,
Oh no, motor neuron. Okay, and I was watching a fella in Australia there yesterday on YouTube. The video was made in 2011. Perfect. He had a twitch in his arm, and the wife insisted that he go to the doctor. He was diagnosed. People with that disease have maximum 24 months to live. My sister was the same, but she never drank or smoked. And I said to me, and I had a daughter. My daughter unfortunately died when she was 18. Never drank, never smoked. And ever since that was two people close to me. I don't give a damn. You know, I take care of myself because I love my son. I love my wife. I want to be here as long as possible. But if I want to have a drink, I'll have a drink. That's basically it. Yeah. And we have Nice Boy Harry. Well, Harry's inside with his mother, and I hope he stays there. Nice Boy 85. Stop it. We'll stop the gin. I don't know. Good day to you and your family. That's April McKinley. Good to have you along. And Oompa Lumper. Is that Donald Trump? Hi guys. Not heard on YouTuber actually say that Songkran is that people forgotten is Buddhist New Year. I'll read that again. Hi guys, not heard on YouTube actually say what Sonkran is. He doesn't know what Sonkran is. Have people forgotten it's a Buddhist year? I think the general idea is it's still a religious thing, but they enjoy the water aspect. 13 million baht is over 300,000. Yes, it's enough with 35,000 a month pension. Invest the 13 million and use the interest. I mean, just go back on that. Without asking, your own personal thing, what would you say the bottom line is to survive in Thailand? I would say maybe 40,000 a month. That's the bottom line for me.
You see, what a lot of people don't think about, they think about, okay, I need this for my rent. I'm going to spend this on food. I'm going to spend this on beer, but they forget the other things that that you have to factor into your budget, but they don't factor it in. Like you have to pay for your visa, even if you do it yourself. You need money for an emergency in case you need to fly home because a family member's had some issues. You need insurance. If you haven't got that money in the bank, you need to pay for insurance. There's lots of additional costs. So I think you've got to work all that out first and then decide what kind of a life you're going to have here in Thailand. You might be one of those people who can eat off a food cart every day for 50 baht. I certainly can't. And I know you can't, right? Because we're always catching each other out in some fast food joint. But yeah, I mean, I would feel very uncomfortable with under 50,000 baht a month there.
Yeah, well, I'd be the same. Well, I'd say minimum. I survived as a school teacher here on 30,000 a month, giving her 15,000. I was on 15,000 a month. This is way back.
Right. But it was cheaper.
I don't know how
Yeah, it was cheaper even in Thailand,
Yeah, it must have been.
I get my pension next month, and I've worked out it's going to be about 36,000 baht a month, which is better than nothing, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you'll survive. You'd survive on that easily.
Well, that's
I mean,
not all I've got, but you know.
Yeah, well, I know that. But her pension is minimal. She gets a lump sum, and she's worked for the bank for 35 years, maybe more. But she gets a lump sum. They have a choice. They can get the lump sum or they can get it paid, whatever. And she's accepting the lump sum. But that lump sum, it won't suffice. It just will not. It wouldn't last you, your retirement. So they don't. And the question she's asked me repeatedly over the last year: when do you get your pension? When do you get your pension? Because that's her idea now. We will survive off my pension. And I'll tell you something. Go on.
No, I was going to say mine is pretty much the same. The one thing with Thai girls is they are very focused on being able to survive, and if they're with a guy, I mean, it's not about being with some bargo who wants a salary, but they want to know that the guy who's with them is going to be able to take care of them when they're older. They're going to be able to pay the bills, and they don't want some guy who's he's not going to be able to put food on the table. And my girlfriend's the same. She's like, well, you'll get your pension, so we'll be fine. Don't worry about that. I've got this much in the bank, and we can do that. And it's very they think in that kind of way. It's almost a survivalist. I can't get the words out, but you know what I mean. It's kind of like
just to say that at least I would say in your favor and my favor at our age, we have secured a relationship with a woman who is thinking the same way as we are. They're looking towards retirement, so they're like, my wife tolerates me. She tolerates me. Really? So she's looking towards her retirement, and she knows I'm a safe bet. That's the way it is. Okay. I could say if we hadn't got Harry, I wouldn't be here. That's all I'll say. I won't go into more with it. So this is by Jan by Bain, I don't know. Festive Sonkran from Tam Ho Hin. Do you know that place? Is that a place?
I don't know. I'm here 6 months, but we've actually met for coffee here in Hua Hin. And we were going to meet again, but I didn't email him back. Not because I didn't want to see him again, but it's like on YouTube. You finish one thing and something else comes in, and you're always putting out fires, as it were. But I will get in contact again.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep up with it. So Richard 01369. So then, what if YouTube or the concept ended? What would you both do? Okay, there's a good question. If YouTube finished tomorrow, where would you be?
I try to find a few hobbies to keep myself busy, but bearing in mind, whatever you do costs money here. So if you're on a limited budget, you've got to. I think what I try and do is get into a healthy regime, try and hit the gym every day. Maybe go cycling, fishing, something like that. Something that you don't have to spend too much money on. What about yourself?
Yeah. Well, for me, if YouTube finished, I have an online thing I do. I do online teaching. But it will be enough to fill my time. But it's amazing how YouTube becomes part of you. It's like, I remember you said once, I forget the context, but you say, if you lost your channel, I mean, I've lost channel before. It's like a bereavement. It's like it's part. Do you agree with me? It's like YouTube is more than just YouTube. It's part of who you are.
Right.
So I mean, to answer the question, if I lost YouTube, I'd be devastated, but I'd still survive.
I've got a second YouTube channel, which I didn't really. Somebody come to me and said, "Look, I can do this, I can do that," and I was like, "Well, if you want to get on with it, I haven't got the time." And then he set up this, it's called Thailand Bound Clips, where he takes my videos and takes little sections like teaser clips. And he was doing that for about 6 months. He got it monetized and everything, about 5,000 subscribers. And they said, I don't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, what did you do it in the first place for? So I've started uploading to that channel again, just for that reason you're saying. If for some reason I was unlucky and they took my channel off me, then at least I've got another channel that's already monetized that I can start to put all my efforts into,
Yes. But it's very precarious. As you know, I had the big picture of Panorama. By the way, it's still there on Odyssey. Do you know Odyssey, the platform, the video platform?
Yeah.
The big picture El Panorama is still on Odyssey. If you set up an Odyssey account now, automatically it syncs with your current YouTube channels. Every upload on YouTube automatically goes to Odyssey. If YouTube takes down your channel, or if you delete, like I did, all the content, it's all still on Odyssey. All my complete back, what is it? My
Back
portfolio, whatever your back catalog is on Odyssey now.
Well,
But
there's
Odyssey
another.
doesn't pay.
Well, there's another channel that does pay that is similar to Odyssey, and I can't remember the life for me what it is, but it does exactly what you said. You can sync your YouTube channel with them, and then every time you upload, it uploads to them, and they monetize as well. But when I read into their fine print, what they were basically saying is every YouTube video that you upload to, I can't remember the name, Dave, but the channel belongs to us now. We've got the rights to share it and do whatever we want with it. So in other words, you lose every time you give them a video, you've lost it because it belongs to them.
Lost control.
And I never went with them in the end.
Well, I'd say I don't bother with Odyssey because I don't have to, because every time you upload on YouTube, it goes to Odyssey. But they pay in crypto. It's all crypto bullshit, and it's ridiculous. So Dave's situation is like a man bound to the river of Hades, fed just enough to endure, but never free to act. Step away, and he loses the one thing tethering him there. His son. Feel for you, Dave. Thank you very much, Racer. Spell backwards. That's a brilliant handle. All I'd say is, if I didn't have Harry, it'd be a different situation. That's all I'll say. Ashley Browning 402. I think you need 60,000 baht minimum after you pay for the rent and the bills per month. Rent and the bills normally can be like 15,000 a month. No way can you live on 35 grand a month.
I don't agree with that.
That's crazy. I don't agree with that. I mean, I accept what he says, but each to their own. But after
your rent and bills are paid, and you've still got 35,000. I mean, that's over 1,000 baht a day. You can eat here very cheaply if you have to.
Easily. I mean, as you know, you can get whatever you can get. It's, me and Thai food. I'm a complete Philistine, but you can get cow moo dang with a Pepsi and a decent helping. You could have that about 11 o'clock in the morning for your brunch. 70 baht, baht. And then you could do the same kind of thing in the evening. That's 140 baht, and you can even have a few beers. So it could be done. It could be done. I
mean, I don't know where you are, but when I went out in Bangkok and I bought a large, not a small beer, even a small beer in a normal bar on Sukhumvit, we're talking 100 and whatever it was, and a large beer was kind of 180 more even. Down here, every restaurant you go into, a large Chang Leo, whatever the big size, 65 baht.
That's it. That's it.
Chicken fried rice, 50 baht.
Absolutely. I mean, a bottle of Gilbey's, 1 liter of Gilbey's in 7-Eleven in Intramara, close to me in Bangkok, not 494 a liter.
Yeah, I get a liter. Sorry, go on.
Go on. Sorry, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, I drink the whiskey from 7-Eleven. It comes in a black box. I think it's called 285, something like that.
I know it. Yeah.
That's 375 baht for a liter.
But you can go lower. Macro have a Thai gin, Charles House gin. I urge you, next time you're in Macro, have a look for it. It's about 300 baht for 700 milliliters. I have a bottle of it here. Hang on 1 second. Hang on.
I bet it's an empty one.
It is empty, of course. I'm Irish. So there you go.
Right.
Charles House gin. Okay, that's the bottle. They do vodka as well. So you got and rum. There's 3 of them. There's Charles House gin, rum, and vodka. About 300 baht in Macro. And if you adulterate it with enough mixer, you won't notice the difference. That's basically it. But I've only had one bottle. There you go. So you can live and drink cheaply in Thailand. Absolutely. Can highly recommend the Borderless Office channel. Guy is visiting 30 Thai cities in 30 days. There you go. I never heard of him.
No, I've never heard of him. Okay. Who's the other guy? He's done all that. He's gone around all the provinces and towns all over Thailand on a motorbike. Used to be very big in Thailand. I think he's gone to Vietnam now. Do you know who I'm talking about? I can't remember his name.
It's it sounds familiar, but I can't think. But I just want to say,
okay.
I just want to say that guy. That's Taxi to Leo. The very good story behind his handle. Leo Loei is a town somewhere in Thailand. It's not Lao. It's not the country. It's a province of Thailand. And he
Okay, 'cause
what he told. Go on.
Sorry, there's a bit of a delay there, Dave. Carry on.
Yeah, but he told. I had a drink with I think his name is Stephen from the UK. Whoops. By the way, this is my old Blue Yeti. It's in a cup. I don't know where my boom fell apart the other day, so I have it. Okay, but he told me the story where he got that handle. He got a taxi to some girl in this town, and it's very romantic. But fair play. I think his name is Stephen. Fair play to Stephen. Okay.
Well, he's
go on.
just Taxi to Lowell. He's just said Paddy Doyle, and that's who I was thinking about. Paddy Doyle. He used to go on a motorbike, and he's been around all the provinces and towns years ago. But Taxi to Lowell, he used to Lowell. He used to be in my live streams every week religiously. I haven't seen him in there for 2 years, something like that.
Well, I was very fortunate to have a beer with him when he was over here recently. Richard, he's a nice guy. Smash those likes. And by the way, now that we're talking about this, you don't have Buy Me a Coffee. You have PayPal. So how did the guys support you? If you wanted to say that.
So I don't really play on it too much. I mean, there's a link, but I never speak about it. I never sort of say buy me a coffee. What I'll do is I'll say, if you want to support the channel, why not become a member? You get early access to videos, but I don't ever say buy me a coffee. So I had that originally. I had that buy me a coffee with a QR code on my videos, like everybody else does. And they wrote to me and they said, they didn't give me the reason. They just wrote to me and said, look, we're sorry, but you can't use our services. So I had to change over to PayPal. And I was trying to think, well, what did I do wrong? Because I'm not, my site's normal, but I think it's the images I use on my thumbnails, because I use a lot of pretty girls. And maybe they don't like that. And I've had a few sponsorship rejections because of those thumbnails. They don't say it's because of that, but I know it is.
Well, I had the same with the Big Picture Panorama. Pretty girls, because of AI. AI decided it's not in keeping with what they want. But I've no shame. Go ahead.
Do you know what I always say, though, when people mention that? People say, oh, it's clickbait. You put those girls on there. It's nothing to do with it. But the stories about Thai girls, right? What happens? But what I always say is, if you're in your home country and you go into your local garage to change your tires on your car, and they take the keys off you, what's the first thing you see when you look at the wall? There's a calendar hanging on the wall, and there's always there's always a girl in a bikini or a very, very short,
scantily clad.
And she's bent over the bonnet of a car with a tire in between her legs, and it's like, by Firestone. I mean, it's no different, is it?
Yeah, exactly. So as far as I'm concerned, I survive to a large extent from what I do on YouTube. It has become it wasn't my design from the outset, but it has become. So if anyone wants to help out Pete on PayPal, or if you want to help me out on Buy Me a Coffee, I'd love to know how to share the link. I don't know what's wrong with this stream tonight, because I can't send a message myself.
There's one from Ching Billing 662 there. He says mic's too loud. I don't know if he means if it's both of us.
It's mine. Okay. So what I'll do is,
who is it? You or me or both of us? Because if it's both of us, just has to turn down his volume.
No, your mic is perfect, but I think it's probably this one. This is an old microphone I used to use a lot, and I only come up here at weekends, so the settings might not be 100%. But I want to get back to some of the comments here, Pete. And I don't want to. I think I've lost where I was. Usually when I'm on a stream, I can put a comment myself. Oh, I can add it. I see it there. Sorry, I beg your pardon. I didn't know. If you want to buy me a coffee, there's a link there. Hang on. There's no praise like self-praise. That's what my mother used to say. So let's just click on one here. So, we're gone back too far. Oh yeah, I know where I am. I think I know where I am. So then YouTube concept ended when you both do your. So then what we had that, okay. Dave, the situation, yeah, okay. And you meet 60, yeah, we had that. And do you really feel Thailand home, or do you call home your birthplace? I call Thailand my home now. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, look, I was a very proud Englishman for years. It was a brilliant country.
Well, you're Irish. You're actually Irish. Come on, let's face it. Yeah,
I was born in London.
I know. I'm joking.
I look back now. I remember the UK in the 70s and the 80s, and there's so many inventions over the years come out of the UK. fantastic country, one of the countries that the rest of the world looked up to. And when I look at what's going on in England now and our very, very weak, pathetic, lying leaders that we have now that don't even lead, I just feel sorry, for everybody else who's left behind there. It's just a terrible situation. So for me, definitely Thailand feels more like home, because what is there now is not what was there when I lived in England. It's totally not the same.
Exactly. Well, I agree with you 100%. I don't know if you know what's happening in Ireland now. The country is ground to a halt with the fuel protests. They have juggernauts and lorries in the centre of Dublin. No one can get through. The government, they're holding the government to ransom. The government won't put a cap on the fuel prices because the EU are telling them what to do. It's gone crazy. If it's not the fuel crisis or Europe crisis, it's immigration. So you're right. I call Thailand me home because they don't have an immigration crisis for obvious reasons, because we're not immigrants, we're non-immigrants. So there you go. So we have taxi, can highly recommend the borderless office. Oh, we had that. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I beg your pardon. Yeah, is Pete going to come to visit the Well Bar? Be good to see him in Rashida. There you go, Pete. There's an invitation. The Well Bar is a great old spot. Great spot. It really is. Yeah. But it's full. It's full of beautiful women as well, but they're not soy 4 kind of women. Smash the likes from Richard. There you go. Paul G says, there you go. Smash the likes. Oh no, not that. Sorry, I beg your pardon, Pete. I didn't see it.
Put it up there, Dave. Let's talk about it. Put it back up. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Do you make stuff like this? Because I get a lot of idiots like this guy who hide behind profiles and they put up these stupid comments. Do you get much of this?
I do. But I have a lot of filters.
How do you handle it?
Well, I took a leaf from Bald and Bankrupt. You know Bald and Bankrupt, the guy from Brighton.
Channel,
yeah. He just replies to them and say, well, thanks very much for your comment. I really appreciate your view.
These armchair critics and idiots, I like to highlight them on my channel, and I'll put their comment as a pinned comment, and I'll say, look, I could have deleted you, because it's easy, just delete them and block them. They'll never see them on the channel again. But what I like to do, I like to show everybody else the sort of people we have to deal with, because he doesn't know me, I don't know him, and he's coming out with a comment like that. I personally put it down to jealousy. He looks at us out here.
Yeah.
He's probably in a job that he can't stand in his own country. He's probably never been to Thailand, and he's probably a total loser. So he's got to take his frustrations out somewhere, and it's on people like me and you, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think the jealousy is you hit the nail on the head. Yeah. Hit the nail on the head. It's someone, as you said, someone who's never met you, doesn't know you, and vents his frustrations. He probably had an argument with his wife. Probably had an argument with his mother in his room upstairs. These people, probably have an argument with someone, and they're venting their frustration on people who can't defend themselves.
And you'll find with these sort of people, they're always underachievers. They've never done anything with their life. Everything's been a handout. They expect everybody to give to them. They always want to control the room, and everything should be about them. They don't get their own way, so they take out the frustrations on other people like us that they don't know.
100%. Right. And I'd say this much: regardless what anyone says, any man who goes to a foreign country and establishes himself, gets a life for himself, that's an achievement. You're an achiever. I'm an achiever. Anyone who comes out here and is able to survive. You've survived, I've survived, I'm surviving. And it says a lot. It says a lot for anybody. Kevin Haas, 1949, going on a date with a Thai girl I met here tonight. Any tips? Well, there you are. I'll leave that to you. I tell you, let me fill up my gin. No, not my gin. Sorry, it's my soda. Give me you can kick that one off. Okay,
thanks very much. Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's so much you could talk about, isn't it? If you're going out for a date, it depends if you know Thai girls, what they're like. Most Thai girls are very respectable. You've got these guys who think that if they come to Thailand, every girl is for sale, which of course is rubbish. Look, obvious signs. If you take her for dinner and she orders like lots and lots of dishes, and then she can't eat it and she wants to take it home in doggy bags, that's a very, very bad sign. If you're sitting with her on a first date and she starts telling you about her financial problems, problems she's having at home, mother's sick, she can't pay the bill, again, that's another red flag. On the other side of the coin, as they say, if she turns up with her best friend, don't see that as a red flag, because that's actually a good sign, because a lot of decent Thai girls on a first date, they'll bring along their best friend or their sister or something like that. Whereas again, if she brings along a Thai guy and says it's her brother, run. Don't walk, run.
But yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. A lot of them bring their best friends along, and that's actually a good sign, because it shows they're, yeah, well, a lot of fellas won't be into it because all they're into is just the one thing. But if you're seriously into building a relationship, yeah, that's not a bad thing. I would say, if you're going on a date with the Thai girl tonight, I mean, it's very hard, but don't let her think that you just want to get in there quickly. That's what I'll say, because she'll have a lot more respect for you.
Yeah.
One life, live it. Absolutely. Richard, will you be meeting up with Bangkok Pat at O'Leary's on the 18th? I heard he's doing something. Did you hear that about that?
No, I did a couple of videos with Bangkok Pat a few years ago. I had a little bit of a disagreement with him over something. We tried to do a video together, and he wasn't very happy with something. And we haven't really spoke since. It wasn't really an argument or anything like that. But we just, I don't know. It was about 2 years ago. You know, we did a setup where I was walking. He was filming Soy Cowboy in the daytime, and we set it up so I came in at the other end, and he was like, "Oh, look who I bumped into." Then he interviewed me. I brought him into a live stream one time, talked about his channel, because I thought his videos were very good, and I thought he was very much underrated.
I agree.
I brought him in, and I tried to promote his channel a little bit. And then I think I did another video with him. We've done about 5 bits and pieces together, and then we were going to do another one, and he was a bit late one day, and I sort of moaned about it, and he didn't like that I was moaning that he was late, and it kind of went a bit sour from there. But you know, I've always said his videos are very, very good. I've never been to any of his meetups. I doubt I ever will now that I'm here in Hua Hin. I've never been invited to one, so I'm not going to go on gate crash, as it were.
Well, I can tell you, I met Bangkok Pat before he was where he is. That's in a previous life on YouTube. Yeah, and we had a live stream. He was on a live stream one night. Sound guy, and since then he's grown into, I think, one of the most watchable YouTuber. I think it's very watchable. He's like a BBC reporter. That's what he reminds me of. His voice, his tone, his mannerisms. He's just very professional, and his research. He knows what he's talking about. So on the positive side, that's what I would say. I'd say on your positive. Go on.
No, finish what you're saying. It was a bit of a delay.
I'd say on your positive side, I think your green screens are unbelievable. I can't do it. I don't know how to do it. I bought this in Big C. And I bought the RGB light in Big C. So well done.
No, it's very easy to do, Dave. I can show you. Learn in about 5 minutes. You can do it with this software, you know. But yeah, I mean, what was I going to say with Bangkok Pat? His videos are very good. I've never criticized him. It's just, you know, sometimes you meet people and things happen. But somebody's put a question there. If you don't mind me reading one question.
Go ahead.
Pete, have you ever had a long-term friendship in Thailand that you eventually had to cut off? I did. I had a guy in Bangkok. Can I tell them about this?
Go ahead. Absolutely.
So I had a very good friend. I met him because he used to watch my channel during COVID, okay? And he became a very good friend. He lived in London. And I found out later on, after we become good friends, he invited me down to his...
Oh, we're back. I got you again. Yeah, no, we're back. It was a lag there for a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So he lived in a really good part of London, which I didn't know when I first met him. We became friends online, and he invited me down for a Thai festival in London, and we got on like a house on fire. And I thought he was a really lovely guy, nice guy. We become really, really good friends, okay? But this guy he's a mega wealthy guy. When I say mega wealthy, I'm talking millions, okay? He's worth a lot of money, but he doesn't, if you've seen where he lived in Bangkok, you wouldn't think anything of it, okay? So we started communicating, and he was getting a little bit kind of, I don't know how to describe it, a little bit kind of condescending how he spoke to me, right? And one day I sent him a message, and there were certain places he liked and I disliked, and vice versa. And one day I sent him a message, and I was going to eat in Suda on Soy 14. I don't know if you know it. It's a very good Thai restaurant. It was in the... years ago, it was in the what was that book, Lonely Planets Guide, as one of the better restaurants. Yeah, one of the better restaurants in Thailand. And I sent him a message one night and I said, guess where I'm going tonight for dinner? And he wrote back and he said, probably some low life place which is cheap. You know, and I wrote to him, I just said, look, you've become such a snob. And after that, I thought, I don't need this in my life. So in answer to the question, yeah, that guy.
Okay.
What about you, Dave?
Sorry for one second. Harry, go on. So, no, you can't. Sorry, I just got to negotiate with my son because it's too late and it's only for grown-ups. Next time, if you're good, next time. Sorry, Pete, I'm distracted here. Okay, you are good, but you can't go on the stream. Okay. Sorry, Pete. I'm just hang on. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it to
just answer this one from Thai Billy Boy. He said,
Go ahead.
on my YouTube, you are not showing live. I did get a notification of you going live, though. Just curious. Well, I'm not live on my channel. This is Dave's channel, Alpha Omega occasionally. I'm his guest tonight. But I might as well give a plug while Dave's popped out for a minute. So I have my own live stream on my channel, which is Thailand Bound, and I'll be live 8 p.m. tomorrow. Thai time, and that normally goes on for about an hour and a half, but I'm not doing a member stream tomorrow. I'm just doing a regular stream. So if you haven't been there before, and Taxi to Lao, I'd love to see you back in the stream again. It's been a while. That's 8 p.m. tomorrow. Just doing a quick plug there while you're away, Dave.
Okay, no problem. So Dave, hello mate, hello British man. A lot of guys do this to me all the time. I know it's a wind up, but it's a great joke. I take it on the chin. Good afternoon, Dave. Peter, that's Thai Billy Boy, okay. And that's okay. Hello to you too. All I can get is something Anderson. Okay, good stuff. Do you have to pay tax to the Thai government from overseas pension? No. I mean, I don't think you do. I'm sure you don't.
No, I pay my tax. I do a UK. I don't want to get into my personal finances too much, but I put in a tax return every year in the UK because I've still got things there that I need to pay tax on. So I sign a declaration to say that I'm already paying tax in the UK because you don't get tax. I'm not going to pay tax in the UK. Pay tax here, then you know. So in answer to the question, no, I don't pay tax.
Yeah. Okay, well, fair enough.
I do pay tax in the UK.
In the UK, okay. Robert, okay. Hello from Chiang Rai. Hello to you. And if I ask, when you get your pension run the other way, I don't know. And hello, Dave and Peter. How are you? I'm having a great time in that place. And I'm like, okay. I'm a total Philistine, Peter. And I'm like you, I don't like Sonkran. Well, there you go. We're all in the same boat there. Watch out with the water play. Lots use dirty water and you belong in a hospital. Absolutely. And Dave, there is still a lot of demand for the online teaching and mostly Chinese students. I have a lot of Chinese students. Yes, I do. Dave, why you ashamed to confess, admit yourself you're British, you English indeed. Yes, okay, fair enough. And how many subscribers do you need to make 30,000 baht a month on YouTube? It doesn't matter. I mean, you know this, Pete. It doesn't matter.
I can answer that actually. So how many subscribers do you need to make 30k baht a month on YouTube? So there's a misconception. If you don't mind me like going into this, Dave, just really quick.
Go ahead.
There's a misconception that the more subscribers you have, the more money you make, and that isn't true at all. It's all down to watch time. As you know, you get those annoying 5-second adverts come up unless you're you pay for the membership. And the more of them that appear, I mean, you get paid pennies for thousands of people watching. It's very small. You need a lot of traffic to make any money, but basically you can't really answer that how many subscribers you need, because it isn't down to subscribers, because there are some guys who have got very low subscribers. When I say low, I mean in the lower thousands, but they've got videos that people watch for 2 hours. Like there's guys who have got movie channels, and people will go onto their channel and just watch a 2-hour movie. Well, they're going to make a lot of money on that channel because people are watching those videos for 2 hours. Where you've got another guy who's maybe got 100,000 subscribers, but all his videos are 3 to 6 minutes long because he just goes out and does little bits and pieces, and his money will be a lot lower. So you can't really judge it on how many subscribers you have. It's on how much watch time people spend on your channel.
Well said. It used to be subscribers a long time ago. Now it's got nothing to do with it. It's all about views. You could have 1,000 subscribers and get 2 million views a day, you make money.
Right.
You gotta. I've seen actually, and this is one of the things I've suffered from on my other channel. I've seen guys with 300,000 subscribers who are getting 1,000 views for video. You know, it just doesn't make any bloody sense at all. You know.
Do you
So,
find?
Go on.
Do you find sometimes you'll make a video and it's like you think, right, I've got a good idea for a video, and it takes all day to make. You plan it, you go out in your car on your motorbike, you stop off at lots of different places, you do lots of filming, you talk to people, you have some food and you film all that, and it's a full day's film and you think this is going to be good, and you spend a lot of time editing and you put it up and it does 1,500 subscribers.
Yeah.
And then another
100%.
time you've got an hour to spare and you think, I know, I'll make a quick video, and you're at home with a cup of coffee, you talk to the camera for 10 minutes and it does 10,000 views.
That's
Do you
it.
ever get that?
100%. 100%.
One of the great mysteries of the world.
It is. I've done cinematic. You know the shallow depth of field where the background is blurry.
Yeah.
Like, this is my. Hang on, I'll show you here. This is my YouTube camera here. So basically, what I can do is I can zoom in real close. If my face is very close to the lens, the background is blurry. It's called shallow depth of field. It's a Hollywood thing. Yeah.
Right.
So I've done videos like that. I put a lot of effort into getting that just right, and everything was just right, and I get damn all views. I'll stand in front of the camera outside the condo, just talking whatever it is, and I'll get exactly the same as you say. So it doesn't really.
I did a video down here in Hua Hin called Thailand's oldest golf course. It's the oldest golf course in Thailand. And you know, there's a lot of people come here who are into golf. There's a lot of golf clubs here. And I thought it'd do well. And it's near the old railway station. And it's called the Royal Golf Course. So I went out there and I did a Bangkok Pat style. I gave the history, the old railway hotel, the Santara now. And I put a lot of effort. It did 1,500 views, 1,500. Then I did a video called I Was a Pattaya Bar Girl. Okay, a true story actually, and it's done 60,000 viewings in 2 weeks. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. That's what it's all
Let
about.
me just grab Let me just grab a camera because I want to show you something.
Okay, while he's doing that, I'm looking for something else that I had.
Oh, well, I'm back already.
Oh, you're back already. That was quick. That was quick.
Yeah. So
Harry just gave. Go on.
This is the camera I use when I go out and do B-roll. It's so small. It's a DJI 2, but I've also got the DJI 3. But I just walk with that like that, and you hardly notice. You know, when you get the B-roll that I put in the back of the stories, it's so tiny. You know, the problem with a camera like that, you know, the big camera, you're kind of almost demanding attention from people. Like, oh, he's got a camera, he must be YouTubing.
Yeah.
But with this little thing, you can't see the screen really. But it's a great little camera for B-roll and you know that sort of thing.
Yeah, I've seen them. I use the DJI mic. I have the DJI mic 3. This one here. So
is that the one with a clear face?
Well, that's just that. I don't. This all I know is that I clip it here. This is all I do. I just clip it onto this. That's the transmitter, and I have the receiver on top of the camera, and off I go. Off I go.
Yeah.
I don't use the noise cancellation because it makes you sound like a Dalek or something. But that was a game changer for me. I'm looking at the DJI thing that you have, the camera you have. But I'm a bit of a dinosaur. I like messing with the ISO and the settings to get it right. You know, I just like messing with it. And you're right. When I go into a restaurant, I do a bit of food reviews for me videos. When I do it, I've got a big tripod which takes up about a meter when the tripod comes out, over a meter square. And I put the camera down. Everybody knows I'm there. Everybody knows what I'm doing. And I have to talk to the camera with pretending I don't see them looking at me.
Yeah, well, we had that conversation last week, didn't we? Well, the last month. So I'm very shy about that.
Well, sorry, Harry just gave me some of these things. I don't think this is product placement, but if it is, buy some.
They're nice, aren't they? I like them.
Oh, they're addictive.
Cheesy, yeah.
Some of the things in 7-Eleven. I mean, you go into 7-Eleven, the cheesy sandwiches or the psycho, the sausages, they're rubber. You know, they're rubber sausages, but they're very edible, especially at this time of night.
Yeah.
No, okay. So tell me, what are your plans for the rest of Songkran? What are you going to do?
Well, it doesn't last very long down here, as I said, Dave. You know, in Pattaya, it goes on for 10 days. So I know guys in Pattaya actually fly out for 2 weeks. They go to another country on holiday because they just can't stand it. So for me, it's officially 2 days here. It's tomorrow and Monday, but the girls at the hospital where my girlfriend works said that last year it was kind of full on tomorrow, like Sunday, and by Monday it fizzles out. So tomorrow I'll be working on a video. You know, I'll make breakfast at home. I'll have lunch at home. Do a bit of gardening, maybe cut the grass. I don't know. And she'll come home at about 4:30 and normal routine, make a bit of dinner and watch telly. That's it. You know,
sounds very normal.
Yeah.
Well,
we go out to dinner. We go out to dinner most nights because it's so cheap. It's not even worth cooking it down here. You know, I mean, we can go out and have dinner for 200 baht, and that's with a beer. And we go out most nights, you know, and it's kind of fun on the scooter down here because there's no traffic. You know, you can ride around and get around very easily.
But you have the scooter and the car, isn't it?
Yeah, I try not to use the car too much. I use the car for trips mainly. What I like about having the car here as opposed to Bangkok, because you can get around in the car. Bangkok, it was just, you know, you're just stuck in traffic. But what I like about it here is I can go to Big C and do a regular shop like I used to in the UK. So I can get a big trolley of, you know, case of soda, case of beer, and, you know, 4 loaves that I can freeze and a lot of cans and cereals, and just put it in the boot, and I can get it all out the way in one trip, as it were, where I couldn't do that in Bangkok.
Absolutely. But I'll tell you a trick that I've learned. We drive her car up here. She doesn't like my car. She thinks it's too big. I've got a Camry. Right. She doesn't like it. She comes up to her car. But in my car, I bought these 2 fans on Lazada.com. 300 baht. Or it's not 300. It was. About a tenner. And I have them on top of the dash. And they're articulate. You can move them in any direction.
Right.
I put them in front of the fans of the aircon. And what you do is you put the aircon on the first setting. You don't go up all the way. Okay. So I have it literally just on the 1 bar. It blows the cold air into your face. It's absolutely fantastic. I did this. It wasn't the main reason. I just wanted it. But apparently you use less fuel. So you have the aircon on the lowest setting with the fans blowing into your face. So this is Michael Zapp. Oh, Michael! This is Michael in Perth in Australia. It's a good friend of mine. I'm enjoying myself in Perth and I don't like Sonkran. Good man, Michael. Dave, there is a revolution going on in Ireland. Ports block. There is a revolution. Yeah, but they brought the army in. The Irish army's been brought in to sort it out, but half the army refused.
Wow.
It's the only country that could happen, and the army fucking refused to do it. Half them did. Anyway, so shot in the dark. This is Robert. I have a problem with wasps. They are burrowed into my wall of my house. Got badly bitten yesterday, and visits to Home Pro didn't get me an answer. So anybody there have a solution?
So I had a wasp. I didn't have it. I don't know if this would work. I had 2 incidents. On the side of the house, I had a small honeycomb hanging from the gutter where they'd started, and I just got the Baygon for cockroaches and stuff.
Yeah, I know stuff.
I just sprayed that directly, and it got rid of them. So I had another. I just happened to be stood out under the carport, and a bunch of wasps came, and there must have been 100 of them. It was like a swarm, and they'd obviously picked my carport, and they were going to go inside because it's about that high with a gap in between. And they've obviously sussed it out and thought, right, we're going to make our nest in here. And they all came at once, and I just happened to be stood there, and I went through 2 cans, big cans of. It wasn't Baygon, but something similar. And I stood there with these cans going, and they were kind of going off, and some were coming back, and it went on for about 5-6 minutes. I emptied both cans, and luckily that got rid of them. But I don't know whether it'd work, if they're stuck in the wall.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't have problems with wasps here, but she has snakes. It's a python. There's an Italian fella beside us here, a python, and she said to me, one day we were up here. She's got tile floors down here. She screams snake, 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 or in Thai, moo, whatever the hell it is, moo, 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 whatever the hell it is. So I'm an Irishman. So I grabbed the first thing I could find, a hammer. And you think that snakes are these big things, about the size of a pen, multicolored, like green, whatever. and she said it was very dangerous. So I walloped the snake, and I broke the tile. And she said, "What did you do?" And I said, "You asked me to kill the fucking snake," and I fucking broke the tile. But that's a different story. But a Thai woman called it. Go on.
I was going to say with snakes, because behind my house, we've got a garden wall and it's coconut trees, palm trees. And I was a bit concerned about big snakes coming over because we've got the dog now, the Shiba Inu is only small. And, you can imagine one coming over and wrapping itself around the dog and eating it. So I did a little bit of research. And you know what they say the best way to get rid of a snake is? You keep a garden hose pipe connected. And if you get even a big snake in your garden, don't get closer than I think you said 4 meters because they can lunge. But what you do, the snake doesn't want confrontation. It's come looking for food or it's passing through. And if you take this hose pipe and spray it directly into its face, it will go because it just wants to find the quickest exit because it gets shock frightened, So, I mean, you can't go right up to it and, a foot away because it will lunge at you and bite you. But, if you're a good distance and you put this hose pipe on its face, apparently they disappear.
And did you see any snakes where you were?
Yeah, we've had 3 in our garden, but like you said, they were probably 10 inches long and as thick as my thumb. My girlfriend got all scared and ran in the house. They went into the drain system. I didn't even have to do anything. No, actually, the third one, I actually did get the hose pipe and I just flushed behind it and it kind of went off.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're a constant here. Paddy Doyle, that's Taxi to Leo. Paddy Doyle was the YouTuber that we're talking about. CB Media, I haven't heard of him in a long time. You know him?
No. He's a petrol head. He's got a very big following.
Yeah, he has. He's a guy from Georgia in the United States. Benlino pronounced Loy, okay? NATO, whatever. This is wonderful, but it is wonderful. And it's good to have you along. Fair play to you. The old head stream. Yes, indeed. And Phil Moore, 7466. Hang on. Have we got more stuff there? My fingers have got sticky because I'm eating the stuff that Harry sent me. And I'm not able to scroll as I should. Hang on.
I think you're quite a bit behind in the comments there.
I am.
That Paddy Doyle one came about 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. This is one. Let me just go quickly.
Okay, you've done that.
Mike's too loud. Sorry about that. I'll lean back.
No, that was ages ago, that one.
What were you reported for? That's in reference to the video. That's in reference to the video I made about my wife. Yeah, but it was a historical message on social media. That's basically what it was. I approve of man cave advertising paraphernalia. Oh! I think I know who this is. This is my student from the Czech Republic, I think. Okay. Very welcome. Andy, just Dave, and this is, why did you make a video members only about being reported? That was stupid. I don't think it was stupid. Listen, that's what you want to do. You want to hit that. That's the buy me a coffee. If you want to buy me a gin, sorry, I slip of the tongue. If you want to buy me a coffee, that's what you do. Thanks very much for your support. What were you reported for? A lot of people want to know that. Tell me, yes, indeed. This is in reference to the video I made about my disagreement with my wife. Where are we going here? It was serious, but it wasn't. Yes, spot on, Dave. Xmas Christmas Day 2016 was alone in Pullman Hotel Songkran, and looking at the map, decided to go to Leo, and once spoke with. That's Taxi to Leo. That's the story.
That was my first job in Thailand, that hotel. I was part of the opening team. 1996 it opened, or 97.
Wow. You were in the hotel business. Yeah. That was your career. You were in the hotel business. Yeah?
Yeah, I was in the hotel business. And when I first came to Thailand to work, my first job was up in Songkran as part of the opening team. I was up there in 1994. The hotel opened about 96, 97. And then I left there. It was a Sofitel when we were there. It was under a core. I believe it's a Pullman now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, have you been to Western Mechanics in the last 10 years? Those calendars are long gone. I haven't been.
They're still around in the UK.
Okay. Buy your Uncle Dave a coffee. Thank you very much, Jess. I really appreciate it. Jess. Jess, yes, Uncle Jess. Okay. And why were you reported? What is the? Again, I'll say it.
He's
okay.
on a mission, isn't he?
Yeah. I had a historical thing on my phone. My wife saw it. She flew off the handle, and it had nothing to do with our current situation, but she flew off the handle. All right. So, why you're the yeah, okay. You love immigrate. Who's that? That's Harry behind me there. He's supposed to be in bed. I love immigration. Forgive my negativity, but I'm sick and tired of AI YouTube thumbnails that ultimately have no resemblance to the content. I agree with you 100%. Why were you report? God damn, we had that. Man, don't you insult the man from Hoi Hin. They just have a nice talk between them together. There you go.
Nice to have a bit of support, huh?
Okay.
You're gonna see a comment at the bottom at the very.
Harry's made a comment. Okay. So, why you report? Jesus Christ Almighty! Now I excelled at my underachievements. Dating tips: hide your wallet. Yes, that's a great. That's fantastic. Do you think Hoi Hin has changed much over the last 10 years? I went there for a few weeks back. I actually really enjoyed it. A lot more relaxing vibe. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. It's changed a lot. I mean, I first started coming down here, I guess, 7-8 years ago, and I used to come down here very regular, spend a month at a time. It's gone outwards. There's a lot of new developments. A lot of houses have gone up, and it's very much a retirement town. There are a lot of retirees here now. It's a nice town, but it is developing, and they're expanding the runway now. They're widening the bridge, the runway rather. And they want to start bringing international flights in, so whether it will stay nice or not, I don't know.
And what about the beach? I've been down to Hoi Hin a few times. I didn't
people
reckon
criticize
the beach.
People criticize the beach in Hua Hin a little bit because it's Hua Hin means stone head because they have these big boulders on the beach, okay? But within 10 minutes either way, you've got beaches that look like something from a Bounty advert from the 70s. They're just pure beautiful beaches, you get on your scooter and you're 10-15 minutes away, and they're really good.
Okay, well, I'll take that. But her bank have a resort down there where we go the odd time. We've only ever ventured onto the beach directly in front of the resorts, which wasn't great, but I'm glad to hear that. Why you report? That's the same thing again. Would you ever date marrying your bank manager? I married my bank manager. I remember when your daily live streams with Peter before, you had mods that idiot Dave Barber. I don't know what that. I don't know who that is.
I can't. Who was David Berber? That rings a bell, but I can't remember who he was. It wasn't the guy in Holland, was he?
I can't remember. I've no idea, Pete. I've no idea. Pete, have you ever had a long-term friend in Thailand that you eventually had to cut off?
No, only the guy.
First, before you actually said comments.
Go on.
Only the guy that I talked to you about earlier, the guy who's very wealthy, because he came out to Thailand. So he was my friend in the UK and he was my friend here in Thailand, in Bangkok. And then I just didn't want anything else to do with him because he turned into a real proper snob, looking down his nose at people,
Absolutely. Okay, I understand. This is the same thing. God almighty. Pete's a Donald Trump fan. I don't know where they got that from.
Well, you look
I don't think so. Pat is amazing. It takes him weeks and weeks to polish a video, and it shows. So blah blah blah. So hang on, Harry. Peter, on my YouTube, you are not showing live. I did get notifications of you going live.
I answered that one already. That's a very old
Sorry.
one, that one.
Jesus, I'm so sorry. I don't know how I can keep up with this because I'm doing my best. I don't know where I'm just way behind. What was the Lamborghini? Okay, I'll fly to it. Harry's stream is bombing. Harry's watching it on his tablet. Okay. Harry wants to be famous. He's doing something that I don't know about. I see the notifications. Dave appears.
No, he will never.
Harry, don't. Hi, gents from South Africa. Dave is a good presenter, allows the guests to answer the comments uninterrupted. Absolutely. Yes, buddy, I would fly through this. Great to see you live, Dave. Last time I saw you live was on your old channel, and that's Joseph Barrett. Fair play to you, Joseph. Jess, you're an uncle also. Yes, and Lux. And I'm hearing myself in the background. Harry's watching it on his thing. Yes, by the way, old man. And we have that, and we have that, and we have good to see you, NATO. Okay, and glad to see NATO here. And do you know Johnny in Hohen? Yes, do you know him? Johnny, is something happening?
No, I know him. I've never met him. In fact, I was in a bar about 5 years ago that's closed down now, and he was stood about 1.5 meters away from me, and I didn't know who he was then, and I found out later. And my friend Simon never introduced me to him. He knows who I am. I'm sure he does, because he's watched. I know he's watched videos that I made here in Hua Hin. So I would like to meet him one day, of course. But no, I haven't met him.
But one thing that I've noticed, that he's quite popular, but I only thought about this today, actually. I haven't had any notifications from him at all. I've never. And something you said to me, sorry for interrupting, something you said to me previously, my subscriber count per video is neutral. It's just not happening.
Right, strange.
Yeah, it's just
Johnny's kind of he doesn't do as many videos as he used to. In fact, his girlfriend does cooking videos now, and I think he's concentrating more on her channel.
I've seen that. She's very nice too. There's something happening. That's it. Johnny does something else. Lovely to see Peter looking so well. There you go. You're looking very well, Pete. You're looking very well.
Peter keeps using green screens.
He said Peter keeps using green screens, but he does it very well, Harry. Very well. It's all about him using green screens, and I say you do it very well. You do it very well. The unseen Archie used to be excited about making videos with the DJI Pocket 2. How are things changed? NATO. I use the DJI 3, and it's perfect. It's sad tour, but I don't know what that is. Can anyone join the stream link? Well, it's only Pete, because Pete is a guest, and a very welcome guest. Here is the best. Where is the best and better places for retired UK men and women to live in Thailand? Where is that?
For me, obvious. Hua Hin house. I wouldn't be here.
Well, I'd have to say Wig Wang, but there you go. Great live chat, fellas. Each day is a blessing when you reach the age. We are cheering for the Frank. Oh, look at the dog. Look at the dog.
He's only 6 months old.
He's beautiful.
I have one question for you.
Well, you ask the question.
No, for you.
Ask the question.
For you.
Go on quickly.
Don't buy him a coffee. He keeps begging.
He keeps begging. There you go. Harry is my troll. Harry is my troll. Okay.
But keep buying me McDonald's.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going to try and keep a... Hello from Belfast. There you go. Chucky Orlaw. Okay. Face blasting a snake, and my son is flying to Bangkok tomorrow for Sonkran. He will be there for 2 weeks. I need a holiday. Well, I wish him the best of luck. Father Ted's does the best breakfast. It's very good. I will turn into another patio. Oh, look. That's my son. That's Harry's channel. Okay, Harry, that's all he can say. That's all he can say. But I just said, Pete, can you see yourself into your 70s?
Yeah, I can see myself here for the rest of my life. I've got nothing to go back for. You know, we've got the house now, and God, I'm going to put him down. He's such a look at him. He's like a fox.
He's wonderful. He's wonderful. He's wonderful.
He's what they call a Shiba Inu. He's a Japanese dog. So we give him a Japanese name. His name's Binto. He's only 6 months old. Lovely dog.
He's a beautiful dog.
He likes to come in here because I've got the air conditioning on, you see, so he comes in and says, cool, let him go down. Just got to watch he doesn't chew through my cables.
There you go. I just want to say, Peter, I'm losing control here, and I know it's disruptive. So I'm going to call it a day, you know, but
okay.
Okay. Because it's just going to degenerate from here. You've got the dog, I've got Harry, and I've got at least somebody has bought me a coffee, and thank you very much, Avid. His plan worked. Harry said his plan worked. But thank you very much, Avid, for that. I really appreciate it. Pete, have you anything to say before we leave?
Yeah, just a quick plug again. I'm doing my live stream tomorrow, 8 p.m. Thai time on Thailand Bound. I'd love to see you join us.
You're not going to end it. You're not going to end it.
Okay, so lads, Pete is live.
You're not going to end it.
Okay, Pete is live. What time tomorrow night, Pete?
8 p.m. Thai time.
8 p.m. That's GTM plus 7. And so it's 8 p.m. GTM plus 7. I'm going to go. I'm going to deal with him. You see, this is what happens to me. She goes to sleep and leaves him free reign. And I got my hands full. But before we go, catch up with this. Comment on the night for Harry. Good stuff. Pete has been in Hoi Hin for a minute. How is he called?
It's another bullshit comment, Dave.
Yeah, of course. He's so cute. There you go. I think that's either the dog. I don't know, it's dog or Harry.
Harry,
well, listen, Harry's. Okay, listen, Pete. Thank you so much. Okay, I really appreciate it. Okay. And I look forward to joining you again in the near future.
We'll do one in the day when he's at school.
You have to read.
Yes, that's the best solution. Okay.
Okay.
Take care, Pete.
Right.
Take care, lads.
See you later.
Thanks for being there. Time. Bye-bye. Okay. We're gone, Harry. We're gone. Jesus Christ. How the hell do I do this? I can't do this. Harry, that's it. I can't get out.
Oh, God. The microphone's gone now. Oh, it's all kicking off. All right. Catch you later.